Well, I just spent a good part of a day reading and devouring this new book, Virtuoso, the Tool Cabinet and Workbench of Henry Studley by Don Williams. It's a beautiful book. I think it's the most beautiful book that Lost Art Press has made to date. I think clearly it's a coffee table book, if there ever was one for woodworkers, but just fascinating reading. So I thought I'd do a quick page through the book in case you're not familiar with it, whet your appetite, and then you can run out and get yourself a copy. I think you'll love it. So this is the dust cover, and the book has an imprint of one of the tools in the cabinet. Table of contents, an introduction by Christopher Swords, then an introduction by the author, a discussion of the photography by the photographer, and then a really fascinating story about how the tool chest came to be and how it came to live where it currently lives. Very interesting reading. A little bit about Freemasonry and more the details of the ownership of the cabinet, various owners. This is an interesting picture of all the tools in the cabinet. And then we begin looking at, he takes apart the cabinet in sections and then shows all the architectural elements of the cabinet, where the tools fit. Each tool of this section is about how he took care of his tools, how he sharpened his tools, which I thought was fascinating. The whole book is really fascinating. And here, this is just every tool is discussed, notes, commentary, how the tools fit in the cabinet. I tell you, I spent probably, 8 hours total over the last couple of days just reading this book and just being fascinated by it and really getting inspired. Lots of ideas, and so I like to make little boxes and things and storing tools, and I think every woodworker does. So you will definitely be inspired by this book. And it's really not just a picture book. There's the text and the stories that go along with it really are fascinating. I only wish that it would have been great if they had included a DVD or a CD with high resolution images. I mean, it's not a photography book, so I'm just not sure. I mean, the text is important, so I can see if it was purely a photography book, they wouldn't want to do that. But they do provide some detail close-ups, but I find myself, there were some of the items I just had wished that they had closer views. This is about the Workbench section. And towards the back, the only part I didn't like was there's about 16 pages devoted to other vices having nothing to do with the Studley bench, but just similar. You can tell the author really loves vices. So I would have rather had these 16 pages dedicated to more pictures of the tool chest. And then finally, it's kind of a discussion of how the tool chest fits in with the culture of modern woodworkers. And that's the book. It does have an index too. So I can't say enough great things about this book. I can't imagine any woodworker not loving this book. And it's not the cheapest book. It's definitely not the most expensive book either. And I don't know, for the cost of a couple movie tickets and popcorn, you can have a beautiful book that you'll enjoy for many years, I think. So run out and get yourself a copy if you don't already have one. Thanks for stopping by.